Good morning, good evening, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you might be doing. We wish to welcome you to the Silverlight Show. The Silverlight shines to illuminate that which lies hidden in darkness. Although there's not too much dark to be seen here on a bright spring/summer day. The darkness I'm speaking of is, of course, online. Now, in the past month or so, I've been finding my Facebook account has been just swamped by friend requests. And it's always a relatively attractive woman. Maybe you're the opposite situation, a relatively attractive man. And you scroll down and there's two things you'll notice right away. Two things you need to know that they're catfishing. First of all, they have whatever their birth date is, the 80s and 90s, 2000, whatever it might be. The second thing is they have an offer for you to join them on WhatsApp or Twitter or wherever it is, OnlyFans. All this is something I could live with. And they're saying they're trying to create a community of like-minded individuals. All sounds fantastic. Until you keep reading on, and then it says, there's also teens here for those who want them. And that is the exact point that they crossed the line. See, I'm a big believer in freedom. I'm a big believer that people should be able to do whatever they want to do. But when you come to present yourself as a teen or represent a teen, and you're inviting adults at random, especially myself where I'm well above 18 years old, that is committing a crime. There are those people out there that will argue that being attracted to children is the same as any other sexual orientation. And I'm partially willing to consider that argument in the same way I'd partially consider with whatever Hitler had to say. But ultimately, I reject it categorically. Pedophiles, no matter what they say, need help. And the fact they're dangling this carrot online is very suspicious. I mean, sure, most of the people that click on it probably don't even read that line. They're saying, oh, exciting adult community, blah, blah. Now, the question is this some sort of a honey trap where the FBI, CIA, whoever it is using it to try to get information on the people who will click on those links and try to join in chats with teenage girls. And I don't care whether they're 18, 16, 14. It's all beyond the pale as far as I'm concerned. Unless you're 18 and younger yourself, but they're picking the people that they want to invite. It's not that they're looking at their community, their school, the people that go to the same youth club as they do, if such things still exist. But they're looking at middle-aged men, from my experience. Women get pictures of men's genitalia, which is just as disturbing and needs to stop as well. Don't get me wrong. That's just plain uncalled for. I mean, you do stuff on Facebook and Twitter that you simply would never do in real life. Sure, certain people among us feel comfortable walking up to another person and saying, hey, but nobody would walk up to somebody in a grocery store and say, hey, you want to check out this place I know? There's some teen girls there. They might be interested in someone like you. Or would show their private areas and say, hey, is this something you're interested in? No, this behavior is disgusting. The problem with it is, it wouldn't exist if people didn't indulge in it. Now, personally, I scroll through every friend request I get, mostly because I'm tired of getting scam emails. But I look for stuff like that. And it wasn't just one. It was about a dozen or more that I caught. And I reported them directly to Facebook and to Twitter. Because I don't want anything to do with that crap. It's completely not my thing. Sorry, this has me upset a little bit at the present time because it keeps coming up. Now, if you are of the mindset where you would like to set up a community of adults who are interested in intimate play, let's call it that, intimate chat. That's a better word, intimate chat. You're not just going to invite anybody. You're going to say, okay, I know Bill down the street. He likes to get a little bit freaky with his wife. It might be interesting to have a glass of wine with them and invite Steve and Larry and Sarah. That might be a good way to go about it. And the same thing online. Even if you can't go out, like you can see, we're all locked down still. Even if you can't go out, you would go on Facebook and invite people that you were pretty sure would be amenable to the lifestyle that you picked. But no, these are blanket friend requests, they're blanket emails, they're sending these things out left, right, and center to anybody who will respond. I really pray it is a honey trap. I really pray that there is some sort of an agent monitoring that, wanting to initiate contact with you and then do the bust down like they do in To Catch a Predator. I don't care because I shut those people down on chat all the time. I pretend I don't speak English. I pretend that I'm already dead and they're speaking to a ghost. I do whatever I can to shut scammers down. Do the don't speak English thing and be really funny with it. Trust me, they have a script, they can't deviate from it, and it drives them up the wall. They don't know what to do. But also pay attention. If they're trying to offer you pictures, well, here's a fun thing to do. Provided you know that picture is legal, don't download anything into your hard drive that looks suspicious. And if you have to question, it's suspicious. Always be paranoid on the internet. Take that picture, go to Google, type it, and do an image. Sorry, don't type it, paste it in, and do an image search. You'll be surprised how often you'll find that picture belongs to, let's just say, the minor celebrities in the porn ranks. And their picture and their name are nothing even close to what you're being given. So you're being handed a bag of goods. And that I can kind of understand. You're trying to get horny guys to click on your site, and what you're going to do with those clicks and that information. Okay, you got there because a bunch of stupid guys hoping to see naked pics that they could easily go on Google and find for free and exactly to their tastes. Again, don't understand the culture. I'm just documenting it. But I'm seriously suspicious about the ones that offer teens, because either it shows that there's a ring of pedophiles out there and they're closer than you think. They're one Facebook jump away, because most of the time these are friends of a friend on my Facebook profile. Now I have thousands of people on Facebook, so a couple of them are going to fall for things. And I'm sure over the years I've let a couple in that are connected to scams, and these people are thinking, hey, I can get a scam in on that too. And I'm hoping it is a scam. I am really hoping. Because like I said, unless behavior is rewarded, it goes away. If you try to teach your dog or your cat to fetch, and you don't say good boy and give them a treat, they stop doing it. Because there's nothing in it for them. And the same thing happens with pictures of your naked body and pictures, well, offering pictures of other people's naked bodies. If people weren't taking them up on that offer, these things would not exist. So, that implies that either there's one very dedicated person, not only going after me, but going after thousands of other people, sending them not only naked pictures of men and women, and also trying to sign up people to go for teens. But, sorry, that just beggars belief right there. It's a sting operation, in which case, sorry, I rumbled it on you guys, but it wasn't that secret when you're sending it out to people's inboxes. But unfortunately, the most likely conclusion is there's a serious pedophile ring out there. And I'm not talking about, the high-level pedophile rings where people are supposedly flown out to islands and treated to whatever they want. Heck, that goes back to Emperor Tiberius. He had his own private island, and he had little stalls, and there were paintings on the walls which depicted what kind of act the person inside was expected to perform. He had children that he called his nibbles while he was swimming that would come up and nip him between the legs, I believe is the exact quote. So this is nothing new. This is thousands of years old. And if I try hard enough, I'm sure I can go back far beyond Suetonius and find other examples of this in history. But the fact is, it's 2021. This is not acceptable behavior. Children need to be children. Adults need to be adults. Maybe that's 20th century disease coming out in me. Maybe that's just me being the old fuddy-duddy that I am, remembering things the way that they were. And children do have a sensual nature to them. You can see it when you give them a soft piece of fabric or you give them a cat or something and they want to touch it. That is true. But it doesn't mean they want to be touched in any way, shape, or form by some creepy old person, be it male or female. They just want to play. They just want to have a good time. There's a big difference between that and being roped into a pedophile ring. So anyways, watch your Facebook, watch your Twitter. If you stay off of them, still keep watching any of these OnlyFans, Twitter, WhatsApp, you name it, watch them carefully. Let's work together. Let's report these sons of guns. Actually, I'm going to say sons of bitches because that's what I want to say. Because honestly, even if the girl is 18 and she's consenting and an adult and stuff, really, if you're 50, 60 years old, how do you know that's an 18-year-old girl? Just because it has a little signature across the bottom saying, we certify, we comply with the whatever regulation it is? No, you don't. I'm not saying you can only be attracted to women and men your age, but what I am saying is, if you have to question in your mind, if there's even the shadow of a doubt, get out, block, report, protect yourself. Because no matter what, that's the number one goal of us all, to make it through one day and get into the next. Wish to thank you for joining the Silverlight Show. If you don't mind, leaving a like, a share, and a subscribe below would be most welcome. Don't forget to buy our books, and we hope you have a great day.